Hello everyone, welcome back to Silver Tears Tarot and welcome to today's reading. I hope everyone is doing as well as they can be, because based on the notes that I got when I woke up this morning, like I haven't gotten ready or done anything. I just grabbed a couple of decks and put them out here. I feel like we need to do one of those old school Soulmate snapshots before anything else gets going. So if you have not been around long enough to know about these, Soulmate snapshots were these very brief readings that I used to give periodically. So they could be super quick, a lot of flow. I am going to do them in kind of the same kind of process, or the same kind of spread that I typically do, because this is actually, the Soulmate snapshot is actually where this came from. That's where this new layout came from. And anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump in, because I got some pretty startling notes from people overnight, and we need to see what's going on with what feels like I could only describe it as like a violently anxious sort of energy. So let's take a look and see what's going on here. First off, just what is the energy of now? We're going to start here. And so that you guys know, of course, it is going to be a general reading for this collective, as always. So it won't resonate with everyone, but if this is you, we need to get into it. We need to understand what this is. So I wasn't going to do a reading today, as you guys are probably aware. I had tried to set out the time for tomorrow, but when I woke up this morning and I felt the energy and I saw the notes in my inbox, I knew I needed to do one. So energy of now, energy of energetic backdrop. It'll give us a little bit of context. There's two. Give us a little bit of context when we get to understanding what this energy is all about, which will be our middle question. So we've got the Nine of Staffs in the reverse, some kind of guard being let down, but it's not like that. This isn't about a greater amount of vulnerability. This is about a greater amount of mental access. Okay, so part of the reason that the energy is so intense is that there's some kind of wall, some kind of dam has broken, some kind of wall between the two of you that is no longer there, and you're feeling a lot more of their energy, just kind of the way that it is for them. Something has gone off track here. So there's something about having gone off track, gone off kilter, but it's like it's taking a shortcut to something that's going to achieve balance. So this is a moment to hang in there. Okay, that's so much better than some of what I was hearing. So this is a moment to hang in there, but it may be a little uncomfortable, which it definitely is. I know I've gotten notes from some of you saying you've been up, like people in the U.S. and Canada, saying they've been up for hours, and hours earlier than they usually would be. People over in the UK saying they're never going to sleep again. They're afraid something's wrong with them. All of a sudden, you guys, when I get this many notes, there's usually something wrong with a website somewhere. It's not usually about the situation. This has been, it was a lot of notes. So we have the Hermit. Time to sit back, relax, get calm, take the moment to meditate. This is something that can easily get it can get out of control on you. So your best bet is not to assert control, but kind of to just surrender to the moment. Understand what it is that it's trying to tell you. But there's a significant reduction in that usual insulation that you have between you and your person's energy right now. Two of Coins, everything's off kilter at the moment. new perspective unlocked. Something's gone dreadfully wrong. This is third party energy. It does not feel like so much your third party. So if you've got a job or a relationship or a family situation, and most of us do, that constitutes some kind of third party situation, that doesn't seem like what this is about. Remember in the last reading that we did on Sunday, something had very definitively changed in the situation with their third party. And it was kind of something that was in the process of happening. So I think maybe more has happened with that. There is, like I said, new perspective unlocked, but things are just not getting stable as a result of it. Now, I get that they're going to be right now, though. There seems to be a little bit of a detour. This may feel very harsh to you. This may feel very harsh, very intense. Okay. A lot of fear, inherent fear, and afraid to talk. So on Sunday, when we looked at this was maybe not the day that they were going to reach out to you. This is, again, I don't know if they're going to reach out to you, but this is not the day for you to reach out to them. They've got to get out and do, this is all their energy. This is like overwhelmingly their energy, and this experience that you're having is very much it's a situation of overwhelm, and like I said, some kind of dam has broken to where now you're feeling way too much more of it. So you're going to have to kind of maybe get out some emergency ability to hold that flow of emotion back. Let's see what this rather violently anxious energy is about. So what is happening here? Oops, just dropped some. Okay, this is about someone's ability to take care of themselves, their ability. So this is the Emperor, the Sultan. This is the equivalent of the Emperor. So this is someone who feels like it's a man whose manlyhood has been threatened, or it's a woman who's been told she doesn't have what it takes to be a woman. I mean, it's that kind of, you know, and obviously I'm not going to suggest either of those things happened. It's just, what I'm saying is that this is not so much saying, yes, I can absolutely understand the situation. It's more a matter of saying, there's offense about whether or not they can handle the situation. So I don't know that, so there's somebody's taking offense. Like hot-headed offense. It's a lot of anger, a lot of anxiety, a lot of pent-up, really super intense frustration. And it's not necessarily flying right because they still don't have that that emotion, or that you know, the values they've been working on. They haven't got them all sorted out just yet. Son of Cups. Okay, this is what makes me think they are headed your direction. So they know they need to keep it quiet towards you right now because of whatever this is that's causing them to overflow with something that is absolutely boiling with intensity. They are not ready to handle it, but they've got this new perspective that's been unlocked. And this is a super duper dangerous time to be around this person. Be careful, but it looks like they may be headed your way with news about something that has changed for them. Oh gosh, I never introduced my decks. This one is the Sufi Tarot, because I always get questions on this one. That's the Sufi Tarot, and then this one is my Avatar The Last Airbender deck. Sorry about that. I realized it, and I was just thinking, hey, someone's thinking that. All right, so like I said, they're likely to head your direction. They're likely to head your direction with stories of a change. They don't really have their head screwed on straight just yet, but they do know something new. There's a lot of intensity, and they've been threatened or otherwise told that they aren't something that they believe that they are. Even so, the reason that it especially bothers them is because they are sensitive about this. So there's a lack of confidence. They view you as very confident. So I did a reading last night right before I went to bed, and I thought it was just a couple of cards that I was pulling out, but it's all coming into this as well. So the fact that they view you as confident showed up in that reading last night. The fact that they are willing to jump into something wholly new. This is energy that's around you. This energy of jumping into something wholly new also showed up in last night's reading. They are attracted to it. They want to jump into something new. Be careful, because it could be in your direction. It does not feel that they are healed to the point where they're going to be able to bring their best game. So it could be a very different looking situation than what you might expect. With the King of Coins, this is that. This is the potential for it to be a very different situation, because I don't get that their confidence isn't really strong right now, but I don't get that it's going to be enough to bring them through the inherent lack of self-worth that they still have under the surface. So self-worth was kind of your lesson as you were moving through this, and theirs was more in the area of vulnerability. But that's not to say that you don't both have things to learn in those directions. So right now, there's a strong lack of balance. We have the World card coming out again. So this is a unique deck. There are a couple of major arcana cards that are duplicated, but if you'll notice, this one is, it's got a different shinier finish, more of a holographic finish than this one. So they feel a little different to me, but in this case, they really don't feel as different as one might expect. Has to do with unfinished business, and I would watch out for this one. Okay, so I now have a song going through my head, and sometimes the line from the song comes up for me, especially here lately for you guys. It's about being on a path of self-destruction, and I'm headed your way. It's a bluegrass song. Let me see if I can dig it up for you, and I'll try and put the song out there. But it's frantic. There's a sense of frantic, and that is what is in this energy. And I feel like I almost got to find that song for you. This is not productive energy. This is not the sort of energy that I expect to see productive efforts come out of this person at this time. This is truly, I'm on a path of self-destruction and I'm headed your way, kind of never make it home type type vibe. It's very intense. And so one person described not being sure if they were having an anxiety attack or a heart attack, and also saying that this is unusual for them. They're aware that this happens, but not usually something that happens to them, or actually not something that's ever happened to them before. So I just want to put it out there. If you feel like you might be having a heart attack for any reason, go on, get yourself checked out. I know that's tough to do, to break from what you're doing and find out, but it's better to find out that you got a little bit of indigestion or you got a little bit of a anxiety than it is to go out there and find out that you were wrong and you didn't act fast enough. So be sure to get it checked out. I've definitely been there. Happened to me a couple summers ago. It turned out to be heartburn because those sensors are right very close to each other in your brain. And the nurse came in and told me that she's been there twice. First time it was heartburn. Second time it was a cardiac event. So just be careful. Even a fancy runner like her can have a cardiac event out of the blue. So that, just putting that out there, that was one thing that really made me have to do this reading this morning. Was I realized that this feeling of intensity is so serious right now. It's so intense that it's putting people through anxiety and levels that they aren't usually experiencing. So this is it's mutual. It's bleeding over from this person. They have a new perspective and a lot of activity happening with this third party. Still haven't learned all the lessons there. Still haven't learned all the lessons they were working through with you. And it's kind of culminating in just a lot of anxiety and fear. So this is something that doesn't feel like it's slowing down, and they're not doing a great job of absorbing this new information. I guess when I say that, so we've seen the Ace of Swords come up a lot. We've seen the Six of Swords come up, not maybe quite as much, but a lot of times it's about, hey, do you get a rest long enough for you to reflect on the situation? For them, it really feels like with the Seven of Coins, they didn't invest when they needed to, therefore they don't know how to stand on the type of ledge they're on right now. I don't know how to say it in a different way. If they had invested, they would qualify this more as an opportunity for rest, but because they haven't gotten over that hump, there's something they haven't done. They're having to make like a rapid correction. It's like a train jumping from one track to another, and that is not something that happens, and it is super disruptive. You know, I mean, it's just the whole experience here is disruptive to the point where, yeah, you could suddenly have an anxiety attack that feels like one you've never had in this energy, especially because the other thing that I'm seeing is that the barrier, the boundary that usually holds some of that back from you is for some reason a lot thinner today. And maybe not just today. I think it's been getting that way ever since, I want to say, the timing of the new moon is probably when I started to notice things getting raw. Let's see what you should be focused on and what you can do about it. And then this is kind of good. I mean, it feels temporary, and that's what I feel like is kind of good. But you guys, we've got this Mercury retrograde that just started as well. Some of you are writing about people that have come back to you, and hey, I've had several people come back. I don't want any of them. What do I do? Okay. So this deals with that specifically. People coming back that you look at and say, what in the world is this? Don't want to deal with this. Look for the thing that you haven't quite figured out emotionally with regard to each of these people. There's going to be something there. It's not necessarily that you need to get back together with them and work things out. It's going to be, these are all going to be clues that will help you remove the boundaries between you and your happiness. So we've seen in some of the recent readings that you have movement toward that happiness, that you have been kind of working to stay on the right track. There is something that's hopped off over here. Like, we see that. I don't know that it's, I think it's temporary, and it's like swelling, that once the swelling goes down, it's going to be in the right place. I mean, if I had to describe it, it's emotional swelling, but we have that too. So with the Ten of Cups, though, it's the concept of seeing something that is wonderful and not knowing how to react properly to it. Look for that. Slow things down. Take your opportunity to slow down time, like I described in the meditation video. If you've never seen it, it's like that concept of being able to slow things down for yourself, like when you're falling and all of a sudden everything slows down, because the moments are like beads on a string, and the string is elastic. So you learn how to pull the string out so that you have more moments, or more opportunity in between those moments. So Ten of Cups, there's stuff unfolding in front of you that you may need to you may take some time to pay a close attention to it. Eight of Coins, you may not have perfected the ability to experience it, to slow down time, to react to it, to respond appropriately, whatever that is. But with the Five of Staffs, it does say that the possibility is here. Okay, so the Five of Staffs is a card of struggle, but it's also a card of getting everything into order, and like all of those struggling energies, getting them to point the same direction. So the potential is here. I don't feel any sense of doom for you, which I think is important, because there was a lot of sense of doom in those emails. So feeling what I felt this morning, waking up and seeing all those emails, I realized we needed to get into this. We've got the Empress. You're ready for this. You're ready for this, but open yourself as an empty vessel, ready for looking to see what happiness means to you, and it may not mean what it has meant in the past. Be prepared to let some things go and to walk away from some things that you would never have considered to be things that are wrong. With the Seven of Swords in the reverse, self-trust is key. There is something here about a need to trust yourself, but I feel like when that comes out, it's not like life-threatening. It's just, do I make a decision this way or that way? This is not the unmakeable decision. This is something that would appear to the outside observer to be much smaller. You have the Magician. This is about your ability to manifest. You have a strong ability to manifest at this time. Don't use it all in one place. Also, your strong ability to manifest is very much connected to this boundary that's been taken down. So before you start enacting emergency boundaries, figure out what that balance is between the person you are now and what you can tolerate. And you've got the Magician here in the reverse as well as in the upright. So here's another situation, like I'm saying, you have basically new level. You've unlocked some sort of new level. We've got some stuff unlocked here. This is a new perspective for them and a new ability to manifest on your side. So you did do something. This is not just your person throwing energy at you. Like, you changed something, you have grown, and now you have to figure out how to use this new setting. That's essentially what this is. Let me see what I just dropped here. Oh, they're face down. Okay, I feel a lot better about this, but boy, does it feel just aggressively intense, this energy. 5 of Swords in the reverse. Yep, feeling like something's off the hook. You're off the hook. Something is much better. Realizing, I hope that you guys are seeing this reading, the ones who were sending me the notes, because this is turning into a good thing. It's turning into your time to shine, but boy, does it start out scary. So open yourself up, like I said, like that empty vessel, to the lessons that are coming. Today is especially important. These coming next couple days are especially important as we open up. Honestly, this is an important period, a time period. I want to say it's like the whole month, almost the whole month. But honestly, that's where the Mercury retrograde is. So let's look to that Mercury retrograde timing for this new, learning how to use this new capacity that you have. So that's it. I'm going to leave it here. Soulmate snapshots do not have an extended. They're usually short and sweet, usually even shorter than this. But I feel much better about some of the things that we're seeing here. So get yourself into that calm meditation. Try and allow yourself to move through the day with a positive and open, make sure you're open, sort of perspective. You've opened something up here, a new ability to manifest, and got to figure out how to use it. May feel a little bit awkward and different for a while. So keep that in mind. And if you feel like you may be having a problem, just make sure you get it checked out so you can rule that out. Anyway, thanks so much. I look forward to, I'm still going to try and do that reading tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you then.